everyone, welcome back to Sketch by Sketch. Today I'm going to be drawing in my sketchbook, and today is going to be a little bit of a Valentine's theme. I'm going to be drawing Disney princesses in wedding dresses, so let's get right into it. As you know, if you've seen any of my videos, I love Disney princesses. So what better time to draw them as Valentine's Day coming up tomorrow. If you're watching this the day I post it, I'm really excited to do this video. I had a lot of fun drawing it. Of course, I'm doing a voiceover, so I've already done the drawings, obviously. So anyways, I'm going to just start out by sketching with a Crayola pencil, not my color erase pencils. I've been using Crayola pencils lately. I found a big set of them from when I was a kid, and I love these for sketching, so that is what I am using. And then, of course, my kneaded eraser, as you can see me using there, for any mistakes. I prefer a kneaded eraser over a regular eraser just because it doesn't make a mess, and you don't have to worry about eraser shavings. First up, we're drawing Ariel. I think she has probably the prettiest wedding dress of all the Disney princesses, so that's why I decided to draw her first, and I just kind of really wanted to draw her red hair. So this one was really fun to do. I couldn't find a lot of great pictures of it for some reason. I don't know why. When I searched it up, 2 pictures came up on the dress. So I tried to do one of the poses that I saw in the pictures just so that I could get the details as accurate as possible. I know a lot of people, when it comes to Disney princesses, they're very big on the details. So if you're watching this, hopefully it's very close to the details of the original. And of course, I'm drawing her signature hairstyle, her big fluffy red hair, and I'm adding a crown and a veil to the back. That's what it was in the picture. And I just love the sleeves on this dress. You'll get to see it better once I start adding line art. I know it's a little hard to see with this pencil being so light, but I just think that her dress is so pretty, and I really, really love it. I'm also going to draw a bouquet of flowers in, just for fun. I love drawing flowers, and I think it's really pretty, and it'll add a lot more color just because the wedding dress is white. So just to kind of add some extra colors in there, adding the bouquet of flowers is going to be really pretty. So that's what I'm doing here. I just wanted to give a quick update on the Valentine's drawing challenge. I know that I kind of hyped that up on the channel. It's my own challenge if you're not aware of what it is. I did it last year, and this year I tried to do it. I did 2 days of it, and I had 0 time after that, literally no time to complete it. Seemed like going somewhere after school every day, and I had to take the ACT yesterday. If you're watching this today, it's posted, so this week has just not been a great week for drawing in my sketchbook. So I did not get to really even do that challenge. Next year, hopefully there'll be more time. But this year it just didn't work out. So if you were doing it, congratulations. I'm so glad that you joined in on the challenge, and I'm sorry that I couldn't complete it with you, but I'm really happy for you if you did. Alright, let's get back to the drawing. I'm still sketching here. And I'm keeping these lines really light because I know that I'm going to color it, and when I know that a sketch is going to get erased for line art, I try to keep it a little lighter. If I know that I'm not going to be coloring a sketch in my sketchbook and it's just going to be staying like it is, just as a sketch, then I probably will use a little more pressure just so it shows up a little bit more. And here is where I'm drawing the flower bouquet. If you would like a tutorial on how I draw flowers, then I could do that. I kind of draw them more in like a doodle style, just really simple, but I think that they're pretty that way. And that's kind of just how I've always drawn flowers. So if you want a tutorial on any of that, let me know. I've gotten some requests recently for different things that you want to see coming up, so I've been trying to do that. So remember that you can always leave your requests of things that you want to see down below, and I will always try my best to do them for you. So thanks so much for your support there. Alright, we're finishing up the sketch. It's looking super cute. Really love the way this is turning out. I just think her face looks just so adorable. So now that our sketch is ready, I'm going to add that line art. There you go. I think the line art turned out really beautiful as well. I just really love the whole vibe of this drawing. I think it's just so pretty, so Disney. Love it. Alright, now for the coloring. You guessed it, markers. I love me some markers in my sketchbook. I think they look so pretty, especially with the line art. The colors just pop. Today I'm going to be using my skin tone set and my pastel set. I'm going to be snagging a few colors from my big Ohuhu set with all the colors, but I'm going to mainly be using the skin tone set and the pastel set just to keep it all kind of light and fun and princessy. And of course I'm going in with some blush. Ariel has a fairly light skin, so I'm going to just go in with that blush first, just to add a little bit more color to her face. And I'm using the side of my page as a swatch. I usually do that in my sketchbook. I think it looks cute. I'm just starting to add in my shadows and highlights, and I'm using a lot of really pink tones, nothing like really desaturated or anything. As you can see, it's all pretty bright, so I like the way that looks, especially when I'm drawing like a cartoon character like this. And I'm not wanting to go too detailed with this. I want to keep it kind of bright and fun and not too many layers of shading. So I'm definitely just keeping it simple here, not doing anything too crazy. But I am going to add in, of course, some highlights, some shadows, just so it doesn't look too flat. If you don't have markers to color with, I definitely recommend getting these Ohuhu markers. They're not sponsored or anything, but I do mention them in almost all of my videos. They're really awesome. I have a review on them. That video actually might be kind of old, so if you want an updated review on the Ohuhu markers, that's something else I could do. But as far as quality, I think that they're about the quality of Copics. Honestly, I'm gonna say it. I think they are. Copics are outrageously expensive, and I do have a good bit of them, but honestly, with how much they run out, I feel like they run out because you can buy the refills. Maybe they don't come all the way full. I'm not sure. That might be just a marketing thing. But Ohuhus seem to last a good bit longer, and the markers are honestly the same quality. But I definitely do recommend the brush tip Ohuhus. The fine tip Ohuhu markers are not the same quality as the brush tips. So there's a little product information there for you. So definitely recommend getting some of those if you don't have any. Alright, now I'm giving Ariel some pretty red lipstick. Very cute. And I'm adding some purple eyeshadow. And I'm pretty sure her eyes are green, so I just added a little hint of color, even though I kind of already filled the eyes in. Alright, now it's time to add the trim on the dress. It is green. I think that's really beautiful with her hair color. I just love the green and red hair. So pretty. But it is just a little bit of trim on the dress. Nothing really much. So I'm just going to go ahead and lightly fill that in. And now that crown. I did go ahead and add a little bit of shading on the dress, just because it has a little bit of a cream tone to it rather than just white. So I added a little bit of color there with the yellow and as well with the veil, just to give it all kind of like a sparkly look. I'm sorry if my voice doesn't sound right. I am a little bit sick right now when I'm filming this, so sorry if you're noticing that. Alright. Now I'm going to go in where this veil is, and the only color I could think of to use is like a blue, just to make it look shimmery and translucent. So I just kind of lightly filled that in, leaving some white space just to make it look like there's something there, but that it's not completely opaque. And then I'm also going in on the dress and adding a little bit of blue shading. When something is white, you definitely have to think about the colors around it and what colors you should be using to shade it. And in this case, I think blue looks the best. Sometimes I use purple and sometimes I use yellow. So I used a mixture of blue and yellow today. Alright, now I'm going in and coloring in that flower. I'm actually not sure what color the flowers were supposed to be, but I just kind of was creative here, picked a nice pastel-y color scheme and just went with it. So I'm trying to kind of do a fade on these big flowers. I'm not sure what they would be called. I'm not good with flower names, but I did kind of like a fade on the one that's in her hair and the couple that are in the bouquet. And then now I'm just starting to fill in the bouquet. So I'm nothing specific here. I'm just kind of picking out different pieces that are going to be different colors. Again, if you want a tutorial on what I'm doing, of course I could do that. But for now, I'm just kind of throwing colors in there. I'm going in with a little bit of green. Always have to have some green in with your flowers. Keep that in mind if you're drawing flowers. Sometimes I forget to add some leaves, but typically if you look at flowers or just any bouquet or arrangement, there are going to be some green leaves in there. So just make sure you add that. It makes it look a little more interesting. And of course some yellow, just going for some really springy, pretty colors here. And some blue. Not really sure what flowers are blue, but I just thought it'd look pretty in there. And also I'm adding just some little dots, as you can see. That's the only word I can think of to describe it. I'm just using my brush tip to create just some little dots all around. As you can see, that just kind of gives the illusion of it being full in an actual arrangement rather than just a set shape. So it just kind of gives a little more movement to it, makes it look a little more lifelike, if you know what I mean. Alright, now we're going to move on to her hair. That's about the last thing we need to color. And this is where I pulled out my Ohuhu set, the bigger set, just because there really isn't any really bright red colors in the skin tone set or the pastel set. So I just went ahead and went in and started coloring with one of these markers. And I did go for like a really bright red. I wanted some contrast with all of the really light tones that I'd been using. So I just went for it with the dark red. I'm being careful as I'm coloring to color around all of the elements that we've already colored in. Just being careful here. And as you can see, I just drew outside the line to create the illusion that there are strands of hair just kind of falling on her shoulder. I didn't make a mistake. I was just kind of adding those extra pieces just to kind of make it look more realistic, even though this obviously is a cartoon drawing. Just trying to make it look a little more flowing, I guess. I'm not sure what the word is, but you know what I mean. And then I'm creating a little curl at the end, just really pretty. And I think it's important with hair this bright to add some highlights, as you can see that I'm doing. And now I want to add in the effect that there is some hair underneath of the veil. And this is something, it didn't work out exactly like I wanted it to, but you can still kind of see it. I added just a little bit of like a light orange color just so the hair looks like it would be covered by something, but it's still there. So hopefully that looks like I wanted it to. And I went in even with a little bit of a darker orange just to try to get that effect like I wanted it to be. Alright, now I'm adding in just a little extra blush just to really make it look really cute. And just adding a little extra shading on the skin, just finishing touches here. And now I'm going to use a yellow to finish this up and draw in the sparkles. I thought yellow would be a good contrasting color, so that's why I went with it, and I think it does work very well with the color scheme. Alright, I think this one turned out really beautiful. I really love it. So let's move on to our next princess. We're only going to be drawing 2 princesses today, and I already have added the liner and already drawn her out, but we're drawing Belle in her wedding dress from the live action movie. I think this dress is really beautiful, and I had to draw it, so I'm really excited to do this one. I am super excited. Next year, some of you might know this already, I might have mentioned it, but I'm going to be a senior, and I'm always in our school's drama productions. We always put on a play every spring, and next year I was allowed to choose the play. It was really easy for me to pick because I've always wanted to be in Beauty and the Beast. It's always been my favorite Disney movie. Belle is just the perfect princess. I just love her so much, and I am going to be playing Belle in our production, so it's going to be really, really fun. I'm going to be documenting all the things about it next year when we do it, and drawing lots of fan art, lots of stuff for you guys. I'm going to keep you guys involved. I think it's going to be really fun, and I'm really excited about it. So that's why I'm just so excited about this drawing. Even though it is a year away, it's going to be really fun, and Belle is, like I said, favorite princess, always has been, so it's going to be really fun. I'm going to have a good time. I'm using the same steps here to color this one. I am adding a little bit more color to her skin just because there's more of her face involved in this drawing. It's a little more detailed than the other one, so I wanted to add a little bit more shading, and Belle's skin is a little more tan than Ariel's, so definitely going to be adding a little bit more tan colors, adding in the blush, all the makeup, very pretty. And as you can see on the sleeves, I just used a really light skin tone because they are translucent sleeves, but her skin is showing underneath. So I did just use a really light skin tone to create that effect. And now I'm adding in some pink flowers on her dress. I think this wedding dress is really beautiful. I don't think there was a wedding dress in the original cartoon. I don't remember actually, but I don't feel like there was. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I know there was in the live action. It's the one I'm drawing here, and it's really pretty, so I definitely had to include her. If you guys want to see a part 2 to this video, then I would love to do that. There's still lots of princesses to draw. It will be after Valentine's, of course, but that's okay. We can still do it. So this is all I had time for before Valentine's Day, but if you guys want to see more princesses, then let me know which ones you want to see, and I could totally do that. I had a lot of fun creating this video. Alright, now I'm adding in the leaves, and of course adding just some little flecks of color outside. I think that's really pretty. And then adding the green flower in her hair. Now I'm going to move on to her hair. Belle is the only princess with brown hair. Maybe that's why I always liked her, because I have brown hair, but so I'm drawing in her brown hair. Adding in some highlights, keeping the strands of hair, making it look really flowy and pretty and princess-like. I think my favorite things to draw are just little sketches like this that don't get completely finished. Even though they are a little more simplified than some of my bigger pieces, like the painting I posted last week. That was a really big process and a little more realistic than these. But I feel like these just simple sketches in my sketchbook are my favorite, just because it's a little more laid back. You don't have to worry about making too many mistakes, and I just think it looks really pretty. Adding a little yellow to her dress. It is not yellow, but it does have a little bit of that cream color, so I'm adding that in. And then I'm going to create the background like the other one. adding in the sparkles, making it look very pretty and sparkly. And I added a little bit of pink in with this one to tie in all the colors. Alright, that's about it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I think these drawings turned out so beautiful, and I just really love the end result. I definitely enjoy drawing Disney princesses a lot, so hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know who you want to see me draw in part 2, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!